Welcome back, and I want you to hear these numbers. We are in Flower Mound, and we're talking about Flower Mound, and that's what this is all about. So, can you time the market? Well, I'm going to tell you this is the first part of August. So, from January 1st until the end of January or the end of July, we have right now, I checked it before we got this video going, 256 active listings. And that's in the price range from 306,000 all the way up to 24 million. So we've got a wide range, always have had a wide range of properties for first-time home buyers and luxury buyers as well. Here's the key. From January 1st until July, so what I told you before, that's all current and active, right? So that's actively what we have right now on the ground, ready to sell. 256 listings. There have been 561 listings closed between January 1st and the end of July in the price point between 300,000 and 5 million. So what does that mean? Well, the properties that sold during that whole time period, I ran comps, I looked at everything, and the average days on market for properties that sold was only 39 days. Now, as I speak to you now, the number of days on average that homes are on the market in Flower Mound, and this is all of Flower Mound, it's not just one particular area, is 72 days. That's an opportunity because sellers get down in the summertime and they start getting nervous. So we've started the spring season maybe back in February, right? Gone through February, March, April, May, people are going to start thinking about vacations and where they're going to go. So now you could almost lose June for vacation. And then July, we have the 4th of July, right? So that weekend's kind of a bust. On either side of that weekend, people are taking off work. And then we're rolling into August where now I'm seeing ads for all the school supplies and everything. So what does that mean to you? Well, people start getting focused on getting kids ready for school, sending kids back to school like college. And that break in the action creates an opportunity. So yes, is August the sweet spot for strategic movers? I really think so because, okay, let's say you put something under contract, got to get some coffee. On August 15th, you're getting a normal conventional loan, right? That's going to take you 3 weeks to a month, maybe 5 weeks to get into it. So now you're into mid-September. You're still in before the holidays, but you are not going to experience the level of stress as a buyer when you are out looking. Now, there's going to be these outlying properties, and I see them every once in a while where they got this fantastic backyard and all these other things, all these other accoutrements. The listing agent purposely lists it lower than probably what the comps are to get multiple offers. That doesn't happen as much as it did during the COVID and kind of post-COVID deal, but it still happens. You know, the inventory is active, but motivated sellers, they're more willing to negotiate when the summer slows down. It's hot. They just want to get it off their plate, right? You know, rates are shifting right now, so we could see some changes by fall. Who knows? I mean, you know as well as I do. I'm not sure. Locking in any sooner, you know, I always say, marry the house and date the rate, right? Because if you find the house that you want, you know, get the house. You can always go back and refinance. My first home that I ever bought was at 6.25%. Now, it was 75,000, and that was more than 30 years ago. But I even talked to guys in my neighborhood right now that tell me they were paying 10% on their mortgage, and they're not much older than me, and I'm 62 years old. So just in case you were wondering, you know, school's starting. It's going to mean fewer buyers out on market. Anybody with kids, They're going to be focused on getting those kids into school, activities start. It just becomes this big snowball effect. So what does that mean to you? Less competition, better deals. You know, what would be the ideal timeline for you? You've got to think about this, because if you wait until after Christmas, prices are going to go back up. It's going to happen. It always happens. This year was kind of flat, but they still went up. Um, what's your ideal timeline? Do you want to be in before Christmas and Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever, or Halloween, whatever? You can still make that all work starting now. So what do you need to do? Well, I've talked about it before. You got to get pre-approved. You got to be ready to go. You got to have a agent to represent you, because all the laws have changed. That's a video for another day. On September, you can list your current home and make offers on a new one. If you can do that, people aren't really taking contingency offers, meaning that they're going to wait for you to sell your house before they sell you theirs. In October, you can look at closing and start moving. In November, you can settle in, enjoy your turkey, enjoy football if you like that. And, at the bonus time, the holidays, the home shows better in the holidays. So, if you're selling too and your home feels cozy or extra cozy during the fall season, think candles, warm light, pumpkin spice, everything. Buyers love that vibe. I'm kind of a sucker about it too. You can make it look like a home goods. But moving before the holidays actually means that you can enjoy the holidays. You got no boxes under the tree, no frantic house hunting in December, just peace and space, and maybe even a guest room for in-laws. You know what? Stay out of the heat, but is what I always say. But, this is a situation that you probably need to get into the heat. We'll talk next time.